In the small town of Arcadia, nestled between misty mountains and ancient forests, a peculiar game store named Pixel Palace stood inconspicuously on a quiet street. The store was known for its unique collection of vintage video games, but among the dusty shelves was one particular game that held a sinister secret. The game, simply titled The Pixel's Curse, had an ominous reputation that spread like wildfire among gaming enthusiasts. Rumors spoke of players being plagued by inexplicable nightmares and misfortunes after delving into the game's dark and mysterious world. Among the curious souls who dared to test the waters was a young man named Alex, an avid gamer with an insatiable appetite for the extraordinary. When he stumbled upon The Pixel's Curse during one of his visits to the Pixel Palace, he couldn't resist the allure of the unknown. The game's cover art featured a shadowy figure surrounded by swirling mist, its eyes glowing with an eerie light. Intrigued and slightly unnerved, Alex purchased the game, not realizing the dark path he was about to tread. As the clock struck midnight and the world outside was enshrouded in darkness, Alex fired up his old gaming console and inserted the game disc. The screen flickered to life, and a haunting melody filled the room, sending shivers down his spine. The game's introductory cutscene showed a desolate and hauntingly beautiful world, a realm of pixelated landscapes and eerie music that seemed to seep into his very soul. With each passing level, the game grew more immersive, its challenges becoming increasingly difficult. Alex's obsession with the Pixel's Curse intensified, and he found himself unable to tear himself away from the screen, even as the hours stretched into the early morning. But as the sun rose, Alex noticed something peculiar. He felt a subtle unease, as if the boundaries between the game and reality were blurring. Strange occurrences plagued his waking hours, objects moving on their own, shadows darting across the corners of his vision, and an inexplicable feeling of being watched. The nightmares that followed were the most unsettling. In his dreams, he was trapped in the world of the Pixel's Curse, pursued by a malevolent entity whose pixelated eyes burned with malice. Each night, the nightmares grew more vivid and horrifying, leaving Alex sleep-deprived and on the brink of madness. As Alex confided in his friends about his eerie experiences, they dismissed them as the result of late-night gaming and a vivid imagination. But Alex knew there was something more to it, something malevolent that had crept from the game into his reality. Desperate for answers, he returned to Pixel Palace, seeking the store's enigmatic owner, Mr. Carter. The old man, with a knowing glint in his eyes, warned Alex of the game's cursed reputation. "The Pixel's Curse is no ordinary game," Mr. Carter said. "It's a gateway to a realm of darkness, a place where nightmares take form and nightmares become real." Alex's heart raced as he listened to the ominous warning, but he couldn't bring himself to abandon the game. His determination to unravel the mystery outweighed the fear that gnawed at his soul. The deeper Alex delved into the Pixel's Curse, the more it consumed him. He began to notice physical changes, bruises and scratches appearing on his body, as if he had endured the very battles he fought in the game. But the most unsettling change was his reflection. When he looked in the mirror, he saw a faint distortion, an unsettling flicker, as if the boundary between the game and reality was blurring further. As the nightmares grew more frequent and terrifying, Alex's grip on reality began to slip. He struggled to discern between the game world and the real world, often finding himself questioning if he was still trapped in the pixelated nightmare. In his desperation, Alex sought the help of a paranormal investigator named Dr. Elizabeth Hartley, known for her expertise in uncovering the supernatural. As she delved into the mystery of the Pixel's Curse, she uncovered a chilling history. The game's developer, a reclusive and tormented individual, had supposedly infused the game with dark rituals and malevolent spirits, seeking to unleash its curse on those who dared to play. With each passing day, Alex's condition worsened, his mind and body deteriorating under the weight of the malevolent force that now haunted his every waking moment. Dr. Hartley devised a plan to confront the malevolent entity within the game, hoping to break its curse and free Alex from its grasp. But as they entered the digital world of the Pixel's curse, they were met with a nightmarish realm that defied all logic and reason. The landscape twisted and shifted, morphing into an ever-changing maze of darkness and despair. The malevolent entity, now freed from the confines of the game, taunted them with its haunting laughter and piercing gaze. As they battled the creature in the digital abyss, they felt the weight of its malevolence pressing down on them. Each moment felt like an eternity, and the lines between reality and the game blurred even further. In a final act of bravery, Alex confronted the entity head-on, facing the malevolence that had consumed him for so long. He mustered all his strength and the memories of who he once was, pushing back against the darkness that threatened to swallow him whole. With a burst of light, the malevolent entity was banished back into the game, trapped once more in its pixelated prison. The curse of the Pixel's curse had been broken, and Alex was freed from its grasp. As the digital world faded away, Alex found himself back in the real world, his body and mind still recovering from the ordeal. He was forever changed by the experience, haunted by the memories of the malevolence that had threatened to consume him. In the aftermath, Alex vowed never to play the Pixel's curse again, knowing the darkness that lurked within its code. The cursed game was returned to its place on the dusty shelf in Pixel Palace, its malevolence contained once more. And so, the legend of the Pixel's curse lived on, a cautionary tale of the dangers of seeking the unknown and the malevolence that could lurk within the pixels of a seemingly innocent video game. The haunted game remained a whispered tale among gaming enthusiasts, a reminder that some horrors were best left untouched, lest they escape and find their way into the real world.